Ready or Not is a 2019 American black comedy horror film written by Guy Busick and R. Christopher Murphy and directed by Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett. Samara Weaving, Adam Brody, Mark O'Brien, Henry Czerny, and Andie MacDowell star in the film. Grace is a newlywed who is hunted by her husband's relatives as part of a wedding night tradition in the film Ready or Not. As a boy, Daniel Ladomas is approached by a wounded man named Charles, who begs him for assistance in his family's mansion. Instead, Daniel summons his family, who appear dressed in ceremonial robes and masks. Charles is shot with a spear gun and hauled away into a sealed room. Despite his bride's cries, Daniel's brother Alex, who heads the successful Ladomas family games firm, is getting married to Grace, a former foster child, 30 years later. Grace meets the Ladomases on her wedding day, Daniel and his snooty wife Charity, Alex's cocaine-addicted sister Emily, her oafish husband Fitch, and their young sons Georgie and Gabe, Alex's annoying Aunt Helene, and his parents Tony and Becky. Following the ceremony, Tony recounts that his ancestor Victor Ladomas made a deal with a guy named Lebale to help establish the Ladomas fortune in exchange for the family adhering to a custom in which each new member selects a game card from Lebale's puzzle box. Grace plays hide and seek, and the Ladomases arm themselves while she hides. Alex finds Grace in the mansion's underground corridors, where she witnesses Emily murder a maid she mistook for Grace. Alex discloses that his family is cursed, and that they will die at dawn if they do not win the game. Hide and Seek demands the family to kill the visitor before dawn. Helene's husband, Charles, was the last person to play it. Alex disables the security system while the mansion is locked down, allowing Grace to flee. Daniel, who is disillusioned with his family, discovers her and gives her a head start before notifying the others, causing Emily to kill another maid inadvertently. Stevens, the household butler, prevents Grace from fleeing. After attacking Tony, Alex is restrained by Daniel and Tony. Grace is discovered by a third maid, but when she cries for the family, she accidentally crushes herself in a dumbwaiter. Grace makes her way to the stables, where she is shot in the hand by Georgie. She knocks him unconscious and falls into a hole full of the Ladomas' prior sacrifices' bodies. In attempting to flee, she pierces her wounded hand on a nail. She pushes her way through the front gate and flags down a driver, who then drives away. She fights Stevens and steals his car, then tries to phone the cops via the car's onboard system, but the operator informs her that the car has been reported stolen and remotely shuts off the vehicle. Stevens uses a tranquilizer pistol to immobilize Grace, but she wakes up and assaults him, causing the car to crash and killing Stevens. After realizing his father is following him, Daniel chases out Grace and captures her. Daniel has contaminated a ceremonial cup with a non-lethal dosage of hydrochloric acid, and the Ladomases sip from it and subsequently vomit blood as he frees Grace. Grace disarms and pistol whips Charity after he shoots Daniel. Grace bludgeons Tony with a light, sets fire to the mansion, and is confronted by Becky, whom she kills with Lebale's box. Alex breaks free from his shackles and rushes to Grace's aid, but she shrinks away from him. He subdues her to complete the ceremony, knowing that she would never trust him and will almost surely abandon him once she escapes. Just as the sun rises, Grace bursts free. The Ladomases prepare for death, but it never comes. They are going to kill Grace, believing they are secure, when one by one, they all explode. Alex begs Grace to forgive him, but she refuses, and he and his family perish. As the police come, Lebale emerges briefly and salutes Grace as she walks out of the blazing manor, covered in blood, and smokes one of Becky's cigarettes.